so crazy about it because we couldn't buy a lot of games. All we had was demos. But then even when we got games, cause I remember you got that job at Roses. Even then, we were still game crazy.
I mean,
So I don't think it had
I think
anything to do with that. I just think it had to do with that gen.
I mean, a lot of the first big games we played, they were demos. I remember, I mean, like I said, we played the crap out of the medieval demo. Well, I played the
Well,
crap
you
out of
played
that
the
one.
crap out of that one.
I remember sometimes like some of the demos were timed, and so we would try to see how far we could get. Like it was only 3 minutes, so we try to be like, okay, maybe we can get farther in the demo.
No, it was at a certain point it would stop. Because I remember when the Legend of Dragoon came out, the demo, and you could only get to the first boss, and that would be it.
Oh yeah, so
then you had me level up. You're like, yeah, man, Tiff, level up. Let's see. So then I did that, and I mean, it still stopped at the same point. But that game sucked anyway.
I think what I would do also on demos like that is if I knew that if I went through this door that it would end, I would try to like explore around and walk and see what I could do in the demo, and just not go through the door.
I remember I used to do that too, and then I don't think I ever did that. I remember exploring the Lara Croft game because I never knew where to go anyway with the Lara Croft games. I didn't get those games. I think I was like 9. I didn't really understand what I was doing.
Like one of the first big demos I played was, of course, Final Fantasy VII, that demo, Bushido Blade, what's something Force, like Fighting Force or whatever, and Nightmare Creatures, which I need to go back and get some of those games because I've developed this fascination with going back and playing old school PlayStation games, and some of them that I could never get. Even I don't care if they suck. I want to go back and play them. Just
should get Dino Crisis because I remember we used to play that on the demo.
Man, we killed that demo. It would get to that one point with the T-Rex, and then it would loop and say, "Go by the."
Dying at that part. It was I don't know I don't know what my first demo was. I just remember some demos we played like Dino Crisis. We played that, and then I think Resident Evil. I think it was the first one or the second one we played.
They had Resident Evil demo.
I think so. And then
they didn't have a Resident Evil.
Yeah, they did.
Which one?
I can't remember. I remember there was like some demo, and then what else? I remember Crash Bandicoot, Spyro.
Oh yeah, those demos killed those. Well, you killed the Spyro demo. I didn't.
And then at the same time, when we didn't have any games, I remember playing Super Nintendo stuff. Like I remember you had got Metroid, and you were killing that. I would sit there on the couch. It'd be like, I remember there was a particular.
That was before then, but.
I remember this. No, we had the PlayStation then. I remember we had the PlayStation and we just didn't have no games. I mean, demos got kind of tired playing that all the time. So
I remember the last big Super Nintendo game that I played was Yoshi's Island 2 or Super Mario Land 2. Man, that game was awesome, and I need to go back and I need to buy that one again. That one for coming out that late in the system cycle, and that was, I mean, I think that game was very underrated back then when it came out.
Actually, it's still underrated because I don't hear whole lot of people talking about it.
You know, but
everyone's always talking about Super Mario 3 or whatever. They never talk about Yoshi's Island, and that was actually a really good game, but no one ever really talks about it. I think it's maybe because it came out so late that no one talks about it. Because then by the time it came out, everyone kind of moved on to PlayStation.
Yeah, that's true. Also, the Dreamcast demos, I remember what killed those.
Yeah, we had no games. Well, let's see what game.
I would borrow some. Like you played the crap out of Shenmue. Like you even though I was interested in Shenmue, you played the crap out of more than I did, and I think I played the video demo
I think that was the precursor to me for being really big into The Sims, because it was like real life. Like you could buy stuff at the vending machine and all of this.
Just stay at the arcade all day.
Stay at the arcade, go home. So it was like the precursor to The Sims. But I remember that game, and then obviously I remember the demo for Jet Set Radio.
The demo for Jet Set Radio played the crap out of that.
And then they had to change the name to Jet Grind Radio, which I don't know why they changed that. Jet Set Radio was fine.
Yeah.
And then I remember I really wanted the Space Channel 5 game. You thought it was lame, but I wanted that game so bad. I remember being at Best Buy, and they had that what do you call it, kiosks or whatever, station.
Man, that was cool. Well, they don't really
They
do
do
that
that.
stuff anymore.
Don't they still do that at Best Buy? I
At
remember I
Best
saw
Buy, they
Guitar
kind of do
Hero.
it, but I mean, like, I remember going to, like, just in the mall. They had like 3 and 4 different types of electronic stores that had kiosks set up. Of course, J.C. Penney and Sears and all the other places. They had. I remember Dreamcast is like the last. PlayStation 2 kind of, but Dreamcast was like the last big like exciting thing for everyone that was like new. Like we never seen this type of stuff on a system before.
Yeah, because then it had like the memory card thing, which I thought was cool. It was kind of like a.
The VMU.
It reminded me. It reminded me of a Gigapet for some reason.
Yeah.
The way it was set up. Like
even though the PlayStation did have that Pocket Station, but that didn't come out in the U.S., so we didn't experience anything like that until the Gigapets, Nanopet, and then of course the VMU, which could actually link up with people and play little mini games on it. That was awesome back then.
And then I remember just the way the station looked. I think honestly, I still like the way the Sega Dreamcast looked. I like how it looks way better than PlayStation and PlayStation 2.
It was trying to be unique, different.
I like the controller. Oh, Crazy Taxi! I remember that.
That demo, man.
I killed that at Target. I remember it was in Target, and every time we would go to Target, I remember I would go to the video game section. And I would be playing Crazy Taxi, and then it was that, and then at Best Buy I would play Space Channel 5.
I still have all
Best
those.
Buy, I remember they also had that Sonic game for Dreamcast. I don't know what it's called, but they had the Sonic. They had the new Sonic on the Dreamcast. I remember that, and I wasn't really too much interested because I was more into the Space Channel 5. And then remember I had got that game from this guy in high school, which I ended up having to give back to him because I didn't pay for it because I was gonna buy it for like $15, but I didn't have it. But what was that game? Power Stone.
Oh,
that game got kind of old real quick though.
Well, it's because everybody killed when it first came out. Everybody killed that game. Like I remember Jeff and what's his name? I forgot his name, but they would kill that game like every day. That's all I would hear. And I would go over there, then they'd be playing it. I would play it. Then Power Stone 2 came out, but after Power Stone 2 came out, that's when it really just like people just stopped playing it.
Well, that's when the Dreamcast was going down anyway.
Yeah, that too as well.
Which that was like honestly when the Dreamcast
that was a sad
ended,
moment.
I was actually sad because I actually liked the Dreamcast. They had a lot of good titles on it that the PlayStation 2. I think was the PlayStation 2 out at that time? I think so.
No, it wasn't.
No,
I was rooting for it. Everyone's like PlayStation 2. I was like, no, the Dreamcast.
It was. Yeah, I remember.
I was very much rooting for the Dreamcast, man.
But I was really sad that they stopped it because it had a lot of good games on it. Even like I remember what was it? Something Emergency. You're in the mall and you're like killing people in the mall. State of Emergency.
No. You got that wrong, man. That's PlayStation 2.
That's PlayStation 2?
That was a disappoint. That was the most disappointing purchase that I ever had.
It was cool for like 5 minutes.
It was cool for like 5 seconds.
Like when you're on like the second level, it's like, dang, that's all you do.
When me and Jeff got that, man, we were so disappointed. We got that day one, $50. We had to show. He had to get it for me because I had to work, and he had to show like his ID and everything to get the game because it was made by Rockstar, and Grand Theft Auto 3 had got big. So, but yeah, before that, I remember the PlayStation Underground demo disc. I still have those in my collection.
Oh man, I can't remember what was.
They never sent a lot. They didn't really send a lot though. I was kind of disappointed.
I remember this one demo disc. I do remember you getting. I remember you were so excited because they had FedEx. You're like, man, they FedExed it here or whatever.
Yeah, because no one had ever done that before. I'm like, randomly for free FedEx me.
I remember on that disc it had E3 on it, like a tour.
Oh
of E3.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like it's like you don't like the whole gaming experience is just not the same as before, and I don't think it's because we're older. I don't.
No, it's not because we're older.
I think it's because gaming has changed, like just the way it is, like the whole community of it has changed. I've noticed that
The internet is a lot to blame for that. But
that too. I don't know. I've noticed that there's like a lot of superficial people that I see like on YouTube and stuff. I'll be watching their videos and they just all they do is talk about what they bought, what game they collected or whatever, or like some really boring, crappy review on a game that everybody has reviewed. Like you'll type in a review for that particular game and like how I don't even know how many people reviewed it, but the gaming community, I guess it did get ruined by the internet, just the way it made you feel, because the only contact I had with people who play video games with people who went to school with me. And it's kind of funny because they were all guys. Like I could not talk to girls about video games. Like they would not girls. They wouldn't play video games. They wouldn't know what I'd be talking about. Like I think the only game they would know I would talk about was the Grand Theft Auto, but then that was later on when gaming started to become way more mainstream because of the internet. But yeah,
it was interesting to look back at I guess gaming back then with demo discs and how
and how that was the
I mean,
only
Metal
thing
Gear
we
Solid.
had.
That was the first time I played Metal Gear Solid. Was on a demo
Oh yeah,
disc.
I remember that. I think on that same demo disc was the Tomb Raider thing, which I didn't play Metal Gear Solid.
Oh
For
yeah,
some
they
reason,
had
that was
Tomb
a-
Raider on there as well.
Yeah, had Tomb Raider. I can't remember which
The
Tomb
Pizza
Raider it
Hut
was.
demo disc. The Pizza Hut had the Tony Hawk Pro Skater demo disc. I
Yeah, it
killed
was
that.
boring. I didn't kill it.
I love that game.
I didn't.
Yeah, they had. I played the crap out of the Metal Gear Solid one. Like that was just.
I remember it ending when you got on the elevator. No, it wasn't when you got on the elevator. It was when
You went
you went to
into the. I forgot the.
thing.
You crawl under the thing and you go
You
inside
go in
the
vent.
tank holding station. I forgot the official name
I
of
would
the
get
place.
scared. I didn't want to play because I didn't want to. I got scared I'd get caught, so I didn't play it. Like I think I would do like that first bit when you get on the elevator, and that was the further as extent as I would go because I thought I sucked at the game. I didn't want to do it because I thought I was bad. I should go back and play
Did they ever make demo cartridges?
demo cartridges.
Like
For Super Nintendo?
No, I don't think they ever did that.
No,
For
they never did
Super
that.
64, they never made demo cartridges, did they? Like
No, they never did that.
That'd probably
That
be too
started-
expensive. It'd probably be too expensive.
I don't know if it started with PlayStation, but that's the only time I remember.
I mean, other
demo
systems
stuff.
before PlayStation had demo discs,
Well, I don't
but as
know.
far as cartridges, I don't think there's ever been like a demo cart. If there has, then it wasn't like widely released. But at least I don't